Random Encounter Show. I'm Jeff Stalker 5 coming in for a special little episode here. I know I have some fans around the Random Encounter army of seeing us open boxes, opening packages of stuff that I've purchased or somebody has sent that's coming into the show. Yeah? Normally the holiday special is the episode for you. Make sure you have something to drink. Let's sit at the table. Before we drag over this massive box of Zozer Gaming goodness that I've purchased from Lulu, I wanted to talk about a few things. First things first, we've got to give our end of the month shout outs and thank yous and salutes to all of the people that help support the show. Up first, Thad Weston. He came in and he supported the show big time when we were selling some gaming stuff off a couple of weeks ago. He helped make this episode in particular possible. We got to thank Mike S. for his big super thanks this month. Holy smokes. And of course, we've got to come in and thank all of those that have joined up to our channel's memberships. And everyone out there who shares our links, our subscribers, and just helps the show in general. So, for all of you making this show possible, I'm sure the whole Random Encounter army joins me. We salute you. Fire! So, before we get to this Zozer Games box, I want to talk a little bit about Zozer Games and how I'm acquainted with them. And throughout this episode, we'll talk about some things coming this year from the Random Encounter Show with Zozer Games. When it comes to Zozer Games, the first time I ran into them was when I was looking for products to help me play Traveler as a solo player. Yeah? Traveler itself is very much an open sandbox game as written from the rules, so it's really good for solo. But there's always more that you can add and create yourself. In searching for stuff made for Traveler that I could use solo that other people had made, I came across this book, Solo RPG Campaigns for the Cepheus Engine. This is from Zozer Games, Paul Elliott. Bought this book not knowing what to expect. This is probably back in 2017, maybe 18. I've had this book for a long time, and I've used the heck out of it. And what it is it's a full solo system. The way Paul portrays solo is a little bit different than how I do it. But I also like his style very much. And no matter how you solo, this book is just full of great tables and tools you'll be able to use for your games, your science fiction solo adventures. Anyways, I really enjoyed this. And I was using it with Mongoose 2nd edition Traveler. Yeah? But here recently, in the last year or so, I've been looking at alternatives to Mongoose 2nd edition. For many reasons, we'll do a whole video outside that. In that search, I thought of Zozer Games and their work on the Cepheus engine, which is basically, if you're used to the OGL of fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, basically, the Cepheus engine is an OGL game using Traveler, just in short. And many authors use that as a source document to create their own variations of the Cepheus engine. Zozer Games does a fantastic job of that. Yeah? And that's why when I was looking for some alternatives, I was looking at variations of the Cepheus engine, and one of the first places I went to was Zozer Games. Now, I hadn't looked at their catalog in a while, but about last October, I went over to the website, and I said, holy smokes, Paul Elliott, the main person behind Zozer Games, really a one-man army, his website was filled from top to bottom with material for the Cepheus engine, including a game I hadn't seen called Hostile. Now, I found Paul and I messaged him and talked to him a little bit about Hostile, about what to expect, etc. Because when I read the description of the game, I realized this would probably be something I absolutely loved. Yeah, Paul, he joined in on the show. He's a member of the audience here. Uh, he loves what we do. He watches the episodes unbelievably. Yeah, no, he loves what we do and he loves what we stand for around here. And he wanted to join in the holiday special, and he sent us over a nice large present of 4 books for Hostile, and he said, check it out and see what you think, and let me know. And some of the stuff he sent over, first off, we had the setting book for Hostile. And this was probably the first thing I read, and I absolutely fell in love with this. I was blown away by the quality of writing and the layout and presentation of this game. Another thing he sent over was Hostile Solo. Yeah? This is very much akin to his previous solo book, but he really fleshed it out and went just to be complete. And it's a standalone game, actually. Yeah, you could use it with Cepheus engine rules, you could use it with the Hostile rules, or you could use this game by itself for a more light approach, but as a solo player. And it is just stacked full of great solo tools. No matter how you solo, you would find this book useful. Yeah? So I literally read these books and I fell in love with Hostile. The setting, the solo, etc. You know, looking at alternatives to Traveler, I realized Hostile was a game that was out there I didn't know about, but was the game I was wanting. Yeah? Its approach to science fiction is based on movies like Blade Runner, Alien, Outland with Sean Connery, sci-fi movies that I absolutely love. And when I think of sci-fi gaming, those are the movies that I base a lot of my gaming off of, and Hostile feels like it's written just to play in those style movies. Yeah? He also sent over Hostile Toolkits, which is a compilation of equipment from across the Hostile setting. And he sent over a new book called Colony Wars, which includes 5 different fully fleshed out planets, plenty of charts and stuff for each planet for solo gaming, sandboxing, and some full adventures included and other information. So needless to say, with those 4 books that he sent over, I was highly impressed. And really, he did a great thing, because with the setting book, the solo book, and these few books, I could use Traveler, I could use another Cepheus engine variation or whatever, and I can fully play Hostile with these. Yeah? But I was so impressed by all of this that I really, really, really just wanted to dive into Hostile. So after the holiday special, I sent an order over to Lulu. And we've got a massive box here. 16 pounds. Yeah, 16 pounds full of Zozer Game goodness. What I did is I went and I purchased everything myself. I want to make that real clear that this is a purchase that I made. These weren't sent over by anybody. We didn't receive any kind of discount or anything for the show. I did use a Lulu coupon. Hey, they gave us 15% off. But yeah, massive box of Zozer Game goodness. I'll go ahead and tell you in this box, if Lulu got it right, we should have everything in print for the Hostile RPG, plus some other great science fiction goodies from Paul Elliott and Zozer Games. So, without further ado, let's get the co-star of the show out here when we do unboxing videos. Here's Lucky. Let's see if Lucky's maintained his sharpness from the holiday special. We sharpened him for opening all those great gifts people sent in. Oh, that was a good holiday special. That's my favorite show of the year. Not because of the presents and stuff, but just because the whole community gets in and does stuff. And I get to see stuff from across our community. There we go. Let's put Lucky away. Now, I apologize if the lights start looking crazy. This camera, again, I've been messing with the settings. I've looked at other cameras. It's the light sensor in a Sony camera. That's the problem. I have artificial light coming in, and we have natural sunlight coming through the window. So there's really not much I can do. It's a common complaint. Anyways, let's take a look inside the box. Let's move it over a little bit so we have some room to show things. Move my drink. Hey, we got some poppy things. You guys want to fire the cannon one more time? Yo! Oh, 21 gun salute. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh, we might need Lucky some more. Everything is wrapped. Another thing we can do is see how Lulu handles big orders. Yeah? Guys, we're just gonna pull this stuff out and we will ditch the box. Because they have got this packed in all kind of weird. There's so much in here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There. Yeah, that's a good box. We save good boxes around here. We might need to ship something. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, where do we want to start? I think we'll start right here. Huh? First things first. Oh, we purchased a full copy of the Hostile rule set. Now, really, you could use pretty much any Traveler edition or Cepheus variation for Hostile, but I love the setting so much, and I don't know, guys. I just fit right into it. You know, some games, are games that you feel like that you've got to get used to play. Then there's other games that feel like they're just made for you somehow. And Hostile is one of those games that I feel is just made for me. Yeah. Oh, the layout and everything of these games. Paul is killing it. Paul is killing it over there. So we got the Hostile rules. Was this totally needed? No, but was it? But did I want it? Yes, I want to have the rules written specifically for Hostile, and I'm sure there's probably quite a few tools in here I can use for solo play of Hostile as well. We'll take a look at it. That's why I already signed us up to do the deep delve of Hostile. Yeah, you guys seen the preview for that. That's how much I like it, that I signed up to do the deep delve before I even owned it all. That's why I bought it all, so we can do the deep delve. I look out for you guys. What do we got here? Androids and Clones in Hostile, the Synthetics book. Yeah? Oh. We already know we can run some Blade Runner stuff here. Yeah, some symbiotes. Here's one that's a non-Hostile book per se, but I thought would be very useful in use with science fiction gaming, especially those games, Traveler, and the games that revolve around Traveler. Paul did a write-up on the Universal World Profile. It's around, what is this? Looks like it's around 50 pages. No, over 50 pages. But it's a whole write-up and explains the process of the Universal World, the UWP, Universal World Profile, how to use it, how to flesh out your planets and such. Absolutely wonderful tool, I would imagine. So we'll take a look at that at a future date. We got Earth for Hostile setting. Now, Earth in the Hostile setting is under more of a cyberpunk style setting for the planet of Earth. And yeah, I like some cyberpunk. So I'll definitely look forward into digging into this. Up next, we got the Hostile Technical Manual, Technology Fit for an Alternate Retro Future. How does it work? Your questions answered. Now, this book is actually interesting to me because it delves into sort of the mechanics and the science that Hostile uses to create this setting. So as a solo player, and probably running this as a group for some people before long. Maybe as co-op or just a traditional group. I think it's good to understand the underlying logic behind the setting for hostile. That way, if things come up and it's not necessarily something that's in a rule book somewhere or a setting book, you have access to the logic used. You can easily use that to flesh out those rules or to create your own stuff or whatever and make them where they fit right into the hostile game. Up next, this one intrigued me a little bit. Zaibatsu. It is a cyberpunk game, and I believe it's set in New Japan, role-playing in the corporate wars of the future. This is not only a setting book for Hostile, where the New Tokyo or wherever this is at. Let's see. As the street soldiers of the world's most powerful corporations, the Japanese Zaibatsu, you become expendable and deniable employees fighting for profits, power, and your lives. You have 1 foot in the stylish corporate-minded boardrooms of the Zaibatsu and 1 foot in the filth and squalor of the criminal underworld. Hired by duty-bound executives who must at all times remain respectable, you, the player characters, are modern street samurai, urban warriors doing the disreputable things that no corporate executive would ever admit to. So yeah, cyberpunkish corporate espionage set in Japan in the near future. Yeah, this sounds fantastic, and I believe that this is not only a setting, but it has its own rules as well. Keep in mind, anything we're looking at, this is just first looks. This is in no way to be misconstrued as a review or anything like that. We're just taking a look at this. Up next, we have the retro sci-fi rules. Classic old school role-playing using 2d6 dice. Not hostile per se. This is Paul Elliott's Cepheus engine treatment of Classic Traveler. When he told me that it was his favorite version of the science fiction rules, I just had to grab it. It's basically the 5 books of the original 1977 game. So yeah, I look forward to taking a dive through this and maybe using these rules myself. Are we halfway through? No. No. Now, there's our order form. What do we have up next? We have up Hot Zone, a missing hyperspace probe on a deadly desert planet, an adventure for Cepheus engine, and Hostile. So yeah, this is an adventure module. Oh, it already looks great. You guys know that I love taking adventure modules and breaking them down and use them for my solo gaming. So there is Hot Zone. Up next we have Dirt Side. Comprehensive wilderness survival and encounter rules, a supplement for Cepheus engine and Hostile. Yeah? Event tables for all terrain and climate types. Easy to use rules for surviving the toughest environments. Yeah. Up next we have Explorers. For Hostile. Caution, caution, unidentified life form, return to ship. It provides all the tools the explorer needs to tackle dangerous and exotic encounters on remote worlds. Oh, come on, guys. This stuff is killer. This stuff is killer. Everything, in here looks like it's fleshed out. We have some different ship deck plans and such I already see. What is this? Here's an example of an outpost. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. Up next for Hostile, we got gunboats and shuttles, small craft and lifeboats for the Hostile setting. Yeah? Oh my goodness. Oh, beautiful. We get some, Lulu of course sent the page pre-bent, but we got some ship profiles. We got deck plans. Yeah. Lots of deck plans. Really detailed deck plans. Broken down by compartments and rooms and such. Yeah, Lulu, you know, we can sort of use this as a review for Lulu. I'm seeing that, you know, I don't know if you guys can see that there, but it looks like something happened with the print there that wasn't so great. But definitely usable. Definitely can, not really complaining so much. We can make do. Next up, the Marine Corps Handbook 2215. Now, I'm not so sure that this is specifically made for Hostile. Hostile happens in the year 2225. But it's only 10 years away. But from what I see, this could definitely be used for Hostile. It's you can flesh out if you play a Marine, Space Marine kind of game. Military kind of game. You got your ranks, your patches, weapons, profiles for different soldiers and such. So yeah, this is highly useful, and you could probably adapt this to any science fiction setting whatsoever, but I'll be using it for Hostile. Up next, we got Crew Expendable, Interstellar Haulage for the Cepheus Engine RPG. Sorry about the glare. Yeah. Hostile is a game where I imagine space. This looks like a great book. Hostile is a game where, you know, near future space. Many science fiction, especially nowadays, space is all about exploring and all these aliens and cultures and such. But in reality, when I think of how our early interstellar travels and such are going to go, it's going to be for profit. Yeah, it's going to be companies sending out vessels to do mining, extract resources and such, and bring them back to Earth. Because we already know humanity is driven by the money it can make. Yeah? So I'm sure there'll be exploration and such, but more than likely the exploration will be centered around surveying other planets and such. Hostile definitely portrays that kind of future. Think of roughnecks in space. You know, miners, petroleum extractors, surveyors, corporate outposts and such that are managing their facilities on other off-world colonies and different planets and asteroids and such. Yeah, the Hostile makes a whole lot of sense to me. For just Paul did a fantastic job. Colony Builder. Designing, managing, and role-playing the off-world colonies. Yeah, there's so many just adventure ideas, and I want not necessarily campaigns. You know, think of, you could be a miner and you could be independent or working for a corporation. You could be back on Earth with the cyberpunk setting and such. You could be over in Tokyo with the Zaibatsu setting and such. Or you could even be managing or living in an off-world colony. Just the unlimited potential here. And I love how Paul has thought of this from all angles and has supplied so much that for us gamers, you know, we're hobby-minded gamers around here. We could always create all this stuff on our own. But what better way than get it from the mind who devised all this? Yeah, so Paul has done a fantastic job all the way around of just keeping everything rolling to really flesh this Hostile RPG out. Roughnecks, miners, and prospectors in the Cepheus RPG. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get fully into this. You've got all kinds of outposts mapped out. You've got mines. You got mines, laying out mines and such for your ore processing. You've got random tables for your solo or easy to GM group games. An explanation of the whole process of mining in the Hostile universe. Up next, we got orbital platforms. Yeah, think of these sort of like massive space station warehouse kind of places. It's just, again, with the sandbox style, you got your tables, you've got some, orbital platforms laid out, described, shown, and you've got rules for construction of your own. Uh-oh. Hostile alien breeds. That's one thing about Hostile, is it pulls a whole lot from the Alien movies, especially the first three movies, the Alien trilogy, the proper Alien movies. I know a lot of people don't like the third movie, but I like it. I enjoy all three movies. I think if I had to go for my favorite, it would be the first movie. I know people love the second movie, Aliens, but the first movie just, I don't know, it's just the experience. Yeah, we got a lot here. So this is all about creating your aliens, encountering your aliens, the biology of aliens, their stats for different aliens, the Xenos, I should say. Don't think of these as like the Predator aliens, the Queens and the drones and such, from those respected movies, but with their own twist and really fleshed out here. We even got some weapons. We got some colony plans to use for like an infested colony. Colonial freighter for the hostile setting. Hauling cargo. Huge freighter layout here. I can already see. We got some profiles. Ship. I love how everything's presented here. It almost feels like, all these books almost feel like technical manuals from the future that this would be from. Lulu again with the printing. But we got ship plans, really detailed ship plans. Over here, we got a deck plan key, which we could probably use as a chart since he was good enough to number it for us. We always look for tools as solo players. We got data sheets. We got more plans for ships. Oh my goodness. We got plans for the smaller shuttles and such. So yeah, you want to do a cargo hauling campaign across the hostile setting, this looks like it would be the book for you. Hostile gun locker. Yeah, I can already imagine that that's exactly what it sounds like. Yes. It is weaponry available in the hostile setting. The descriptions look a little bit bigger than even in the big setting book, and I see a lot more weapons presented here. Yeah, so this will be handy to have, fleshing out all those weapons for combat in the hostile setting. Up next, we have Pioneer Station, a horror adventure for the Cepheus engine and solo. Or hostile. I don't know. It's, what do we have here? Huh? Like I said, these books look killer. Oh, look at there. He even included, it was like for handwritten notes. It looked like whoever was on the ship left some notes behind. We have some layouts of the station itself. Oh, this is going to be killer. This is going to be killer. Hostile is just perfect for horror. Science fiction games, is it not? I don't know. I know a lot of you guys might know Hostile. You probably should. It just went under my radar somehow, but not anymore. This we got in. This is from Zozer Games by David Cooper. It's The Price of Freedom, a 3-part sci-fi campaign. So I know absolutely nothing about this. Yeah, I saw it. I said, we'll have to check it out. It looks like it follows the great layout plan and everything that the rest of the Zozer Games books does. Oh. I see some sandbox tools. Yeah, just useful stuff. We will have to check this out as well. We'll have to make several videos. Like I said, we're doing the deep delve on Hostile. And up next we have something that's called Godstar, an epic science fiction role-playing setting for the Cepheus engine. This has nothing to do with Hostile per se. What do we got here? This sounded really interesting. It sounded something that was inspired by Dune, probably, but even more interesting with the religious aspects and such. I don't know, but we've got some awesome maps for the campaign setting of the world. Yeah. So we might use our retro rules to run some of this solo. The retro rules even have a solo section in them. But yeah, that's it. We had to make some room on the shelves for all this. Yeah. And I can't wait to dig into it. I can't wait till we get to where we do the deep delve. Before then, we're going to do the Castles and Crusades deep delve and some game reviews and such. And that will give me enough time to really just get into all of these rules and all of the setting, campaign and such. Some of the adventures, do some play testing around, have some gaming. I want to put some hours into this before we do the deep delve. That way I can talk from experience from actually, playing, using, reading, and having fun with this system. Now, like I said, don't misconstrue this as a review. I'll put a link down below if you want to check out Hostile, DriveThruRPG. Use those affiliate links. They bring us in a few pennies here and there to help support the show. But I'll also link up to Paul's website where you will be able to find links to all of this stuff over to Lulu for the printed material. Overall, I don't have any real big complaints from what Lulu sent us. There's a few of the softbacks that looks like something with the printer was off a little bit, but nothing that's going to, contribute to me not enjoying the game. So no real complaints there. I'm very happy to get into this and see what it's about. So lots of reading ahead for me and a heck of a lot of gaming. Yeah? Let me get something to drink here. So, yeah. I just like to do these videos so that you guys sort of know what to expect and what's coming. Now, for our members of the Random Encounter show, the Random Encounter Army, you guys, I know some of you don't check the community post. Go check it out. We're getting ready to do our first Devstalker 5 answers everything and gives advice kind of video. Yeah, it's already looking like it might turn out to be sort of wild. You'll find the post in the community section where under that post you can comment whatever it is you want to comment, and we will do a member exclusive video where we get in and answer it and talk about whatever it is that you put there. In the meantime, I'm going to go get these books put up on the shelf and probably just start digging into them, though I do have to get back to work. Yeah, on my editing project for Zozer themselves. So it's I know quite a bit about Zozer Games by now. Give me a few months, I'll start learning. Hey. Anyways, guys, I appreciate all of you, all of our new subscribers coming in, and I absolutely love this community that we've built here. Yeah, I'm so glad that people like Paul and other game writers, developers, etc. partake of our community and contribute so much. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys shortly back here on the Random Encounter Show.
And this has been but one tale from the days of high adventure. You can join Devstalker 5 on his quest by hitting that subscription button and joining his Random Encounter Army. On the channel's About page, you will find our Facebook page and Facebook group where you can get more directly involved with the fun. And make sure you use our affiliate links to support our show.